Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video is resumes, CVs, and what you can do for me. Now, I get people sending me resumes, CVs all the time. Start off, let me work out the terminology on this video. Let me use the term resumes. For the Americans in Europe, a resume is called a CV. For the Europeans, a CV in the US is called a resume. Same, but let me use the terminology resume if I can remember. Okay, I get people sending me resumes all the time. I delete them. Why? They're unknown documents from unknown people, an unknown email address. They can be spam, they could be viruses, whatever. Well, they are spam, so they get deleted. If I saved all the resumes I've received over the years, I would have hard drives full of BS from unknown people. Now, I deal with a small group of people, generally people I've known for a number of years. I know personally, and I've worked with personally. You can have the biggest and most shiniest resume in the world written by the best CV writer, resume writer in the world, whatever. It doesn't mean anything to me because it doesn't say if you're trustworthy. I deal with people who are trustworthy. In this business, you have to deal with people that are trustworthy or semi-trustworthy, and to some extent, you know their capabilities. If I don't have somebody in my network, then I'll reach out to people that I know to ask for recommendations. If I can't get a recommended person these days, I'm generally going to say no to the client. I can't do the job. I've had issues in the past, big issues in the past, using semi-known people that prove to be untrustworthy. So these days, there's no need for me to take the risk. If I don't know somebody or get somebody through recommendation, I'm not interested. I'm not going to risk using somebody just because they sent me a CV, a resume. So, as I said, the issue with CVs and resumes, it doesn't say if you're trustworthy. It doesn't say if you're going to turn up drunk or not. It doesn't say if you're going to actually turn up. It doesn't going to say if you're going to steal from a client. They don't say if you're going to screw me over and try to take the contract off me. If you're going to try and steal the client. So that's the thing with resumes. They're documents from unknown people. These days, if you're looking for work, I would say you want to put an emphasis on networking. And you want to start meeting people, talking to people, and that way you're going to build trust. And when people see you're personable enough, you're possibly trustworthy, that can open doors for you. These days, there are plenty of social media platforms which you can use to introduce yourself to people. You can post content, you can comment on articles, etc. People can get to see who you are, and if you're not talking BS, you can start meeting other professionals. So I would say these days you're better off using social media platforms to interact with other professionals, and that way prove yourself, as I said, personable, possibly trustworthy, and that can open more doors for you than spamming out CVs and resumes. To me, CVs and resumes are dated, they're gone. If you can put your experience, your background online. If you look at things like I'm not big into associations, but there's a lot of associations out there. You can post your experience, you can post your CV, your resume online, and people can check you out there if they wish. But I say that's a lot more professional, having your resume online somewhere and then networking with people virtually and then referring them to your CV if they're referring them to your resume CV if they're interested. Now, I get people sending me resumes all the time saying, okay, we want to be your instructor, etc. The few I look at, it's like, you know what, screw you. Why do you think I'm going to have an unknown person as one of my instructors? Risk Incorporated, the only way you're going to become a Risk Incorporated instructor is we have to like you first. If we don't like you, you're never going to be an instructor. Put it this way, I've been in this business now over almost 35 years. I work from the moment from the moment I wake up, I look at my phones. My day finishes when I put my phones down at night and I go to sleep. If the phone goes off during the night, sometimes I answer it, so I can be working 24/7. I am working 24/7. It's been like this for years. So tell me now, why should I give you anything? If you send me an unsolicited document, why should I give you anything? Why should I acknowledge you? You're nothing to me, right? And this is why I said in this video, what can you do for me? And you want to be thinking when you approach people, okay, what can I do for this person? If you just want me to give you a job, if you just want me to give you money, you know what, go somewhere else. Don't waste my time. I've got plenty of other people I've worked with, people we've dealt with a lot of problems together with, people we've taken risks with, people we've dealt with too many issues with, that if I got a choice job, the work is going to go to them. It's not going to go to somebody that sent me an unsolicited document. So again, this is where when you're sending out resumes, be realistic in your expectations and don't be arrogant. I've worked, as I said, I worked long and hard for my business. Why should I give you anything? What can you do for me that makes you worthy enough for me to actually acknowledge you in the first place? And I'm not being arrogant, I'm being realistic. I'm busy all the time. So why should I acknowledge you? And what can you do for me? If you can't answer those questions, if you just want from me, you know what, to put it politely, please go somewhere else. So that's my opinion on CVs, resumes. To me, CVs and resumes these days are dated. If you're entry level, join some associations, get networking, use social media, put out some good content. Don't be arrogant. Don't expect the world to come. Don't be entitled. Don't expect everything from the world, especially if you're entry level. If you're not entry level, be polite, be respectful, be humble. But generally in this business, when people get past entry level, they forget about being respectful and humble. I hope that puts a few things in perspective. So I have a selection of books online. Specifically, there's 3 specifically to do with close protection. There's others out there on various aspects of the security business and also crime fiction. And we're throwing out more and more of these videos. If you've got any titles for videos you want us to talk about and you're in contact with me respectfully on social media, drop me a line. I'm happy to discuss things and answer your questions when I have time. So in the meantime, I wish you good luck with your search for work. Be good, stay out of trouble,